Hi guys. I can't believe I'm doing YouTube. It's even funny speaking to myself. Oh god. Okay. I should have done a plan. But God, help me with this in Jesus' name I pray. Amen. I'm gonna end up looking down. But after they get that camera. Okay. This is just like a testimony video of how I became how I became where I am today. Guys, my name is Jaylene Kunoya. I'm a recent graduate and I graduated in Cosmetic Science, and this video is just about how I got to be a cosmetic scientist. I really pray that this will bless you because I've told people in the past and it's really blessed them, and I feel like as I've grown older, like everything just adds into the story. So where do I begin? What is cosmetic science? Cosmetic science is the study of the effects that raw materials and mixtures can have on parts of the human body, like hair, skin, lips, and nails. I feel like anyone, like when they ask you, oh, what do you do? Like, it's hard to actually come up with it because there's so many things that go into it, if that makes sense. We just look at like the organic chemistry that forms a material, look at the business side of things, the formulation side of things, the regulatory side of things, logistics, product testing. And yeah, and there's so many different types of cosmetics. Like everyone always thinks a cosmetic is just makeup. No. And that's something that I actually thought before I even entered university. When I read the definition of a cosmetic from CTPA, and it says a cosmetic product shall mean any substance or mixture intended to be placed in contact with the various external parts of the human body, the epidermis, which is the skin, the hair system, the nails, the lips, and the external genital organs, or with the teeth and mucus, with a view of exclusively or mainly to clean, to perfume, to change the appearance or correcting the body odor, and protecting them, keeping them in good condition. When I was younger, I was really into makeup. Like, I was in my makeup bag. I was getting right to some shows to do makeup for people. Like, that's how serious I was for makeup. Not like today, because I barely wear makeup. Like, even today, I'm not even wearing anything apart from lip gloss and mascara. That's stable. So I was also into science as well. That was my interest. And I think it was around GCSE times, like when you pick the subjects that you want, I was thinking, what do I actually want to be when I grow up? Like, I actually didn't want to be like a makeup artist. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with it, but me personally, I didn't want to be a makeup artist. But I wanted to do something like more like academic based. And when I say, guys, it doesn't make sense. Like, I researched cosmetic science. I literally put cosmetics science. And it came up, I was like, what? This degree, I've never heard of it in my whole entire life. And yeah, so at the time anyway, there was like 3 universities in the whole of the UK that done cosmetic science. So I was like, those are my 3 choices already picked for me. So I was just working towards it. I have dyslexia, by the way. So I didn't know that before my teenage years. So when it came to actually writing my GCSEs, I didn't know I needed extra time. So I was doing my work. I was doing my English language, my English literature, my master, my everything. Like, everything went well apart from English language. And I think I was confused because, like, I actually like the subject. I'm actually doing the work, but I think literally I didn't have enough time. So I failed in English language. So then I was like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do now? Because I need to get into a 6th form that's going to allow me to do chemistry and biology and then another subject, because the requirements needed for cosmetic science is chemistry. All the 6th forms didn't want to take me in, even my own like secondary school 6th form. I was so down. And then come to the story, Demeter, she told me, oh my gosh, try my school. And then I tried her 6th form and they let me in. I was like, God, thank you so much. So I was able to do biology, chemistry, business and information technology, so 4 subjects, and then I had to also retake English language. So I retook English language and I passed, thank God. When it came to actually taking my exams to go to year 13, I failed chemistry. Everything didn't make sense at the time, but now it makes sense because now, like, I know what's up. I was really good at it, but then I wasn't at the same time. because it just took me longer to understand things. But when I got it, I got it. So that was that. I was literally so distraught because I was thinking, how am I going to get to university when all this is happening to me? After I saw my results, I was crying, you know, all that sad stuff. And then I think the next day, the head of like sixth form, I had a meeting with him. And then he was like, I believe in you. Like, I believe you can do it. Like, I've never done this for anyone else, but I'm going to take you in to go year 13. I was like, what? Because bear in mind, I basically didn't pass 2 A-levels. If it was anyone else, you would have to retake the whole of year 12. Guys, I didn't retake year 12. When I say it was God's grace alone, but obviously I have to drop one thing. And the one thing I dropped was biology because even though like it's science, but I actually don't need it. Like, I need chemistry more to actually do cosmetic science. Fast forward to the summer of year 13, before results day, I went to like my church's like youth retreat, and that really encouraged me because one of the leaders, she said a Bible verse in Jeremiah 29 verse 11, which says, "For I know the plans I have for you, plans of good, not disaster, plans for hope and a future." That verse really stuck with me because literally, no matter what, like no matter the ups and downs, the failures and the good times, God is gonna have a good future for me, and he literally knows the plans that he has for me. Fast forward to results day, as in year 13 results. When I say this story, there's a lot of failures, but we're here now. We're here today, aren't we? Let me give myself a pat on the back. In fact, the point in between year 12 and year 13, I was telling my friends like Tam and Rachel, I don't think cosmetic science is for me because I'm failing everything. Like, I'm actually failing everything. Like, how am I actually going to get to where I am? So that was my attitude there. But at the same time, I was like, I'm a very resilient person. Like, if you know my friends, they will always come and claim that Jaylene is such a resilient girl. Like, yeah, I didn't give up. Bear in mind, there was only 3 people in my chemistry class at sixth form. Like, your chemistry is hard, don't play it. Chemistry is actually hard. So the morning of results day, like, I read the Bible and I read Matthew chapter 6 verse 8, and it says, "Your father knows what you need before you even ask him." And then I wrote like a little note afterwards saying, one thing I can say is that have the faith and believe that God has really sorted your life out. So all you need to do is obey, even if it feels like delay is his perfect timing. And then I wrote, "Thank you, Father in heaven, for taking me through. And I pray you continue to use me as I, Jaylene, becomes a unique cosmetic science." Bear that in mind because you're going to hear that fast forward later. So on my journey towards sixth form, something in me, like the Holy Spirit, told me, don't open UCAS just yet. Actually go to the sixth form centre and open the results first. So I do that. I don't open UCAS. Tell me why. I open the results. I'm laughing now, but the way I cried, I see that like I passed the chemistry. I didn't get the required grade that they needed at university. And then I was like, oh my gosh, I can't do cosmetic science. I can't do it now. What am I going to do now? Where can I go? I was panicking. And then something in me was like, now check UCAS. When I say I dropped to the floor, and I was thanking God. I was like, God, what? I don't understand. Like, what is this miracle? Because you're telling me that I didn't even get the required grade that they needed for chemistry, and I'm through. So as I said before, like, there's only 3 universities in the whole UK that do cosmetic science. Well, at the time anyway. So it was University of Sunderland, De Montfort, and University of the Arts London. I was like, yeah, I'm a London girl, so I want to stay in London. I didn't want to go DMU because it was pharmaceutical science with cosmetic science, and I just wanted the cosmetic science part. And then Sunderland, that place is so far. Like, everyone literally thought I was going to Scotland because that's how far it was. I got offered the London one first before the rest of them. So I was like, yep. Surprisingly, when I say, guys, you think you know where your life is going, you think you know where your life is going, but God can just turn it around like that. Because he knows where you need to be at the right place at the right time. So like that's how I have all my friends now. Like when the thing I would have met friends in like if I went somewhere else, but like I love these people. Like I love these people. And when I say favor was on my life, from the point of year 12 getting into year 13, that was already a miracle in itself. And then from now year 13 going to university, you're going into university, like that's favor. That's actually favor from God. Also, I wore the University of Sunderland jumper that day because they sent it to everyone like during summertime, even though like you may not go there. I don't know why I did on that, but yeah, I wore it with confidence that day. And literally I was just like, yeah, God could never embarrass me, because imagine I wore that jumper and I didn't get into University of Sunderland. Isn't that embarrassment? But my God doesn't embarrass me. So that was that, and I was like, wow, like I get to do what I want to do. But yeah, apart from cosmetic science, like the reason why like I believed I was called to come to Sunderland University is because like God had an assignment for me there. And if you don't know already, I made a society called Pensa. Pensa is actually very known all over the UK anyway, but I just made one in Sunderland, so I founded it there. It's still going strong now. Well done to you all. So yeah, like through that society, like I found the best people. Oh my gosh, like if you're watching this, guys, I love you guys so much, and I'm so proud of where you guys are now and everything. So yeah, like we really bonded, and like we would help each other, pray for one another, support one another. And like I was so shy, like me, president, founding it. In fact, for 4 years I was president, guys. It was tough. And also balancing cosmetic science as well, so it was tricky, but it was rewarding at the same time, because I love helping people. So that was that. So now I'm in Sunderland University. Like first year of university, I figured out I'm actually a skincare person. Like I actually love skincare. It was actually so tough, but I actually really enjoyed cosmetic science. I feel like it was only tough, and I feel like the reasons why like I was kind of failing at things in the past as well, because I didn't know what I had. So we had like a little literature review to write, and then I got my friend to proofread it before I sent it over. And then she was like, like these are like some mistakes that you've made. Do you think you may have dyslexia? I was like, I'm not sure, but I can get it checked out. So I got it checked out. Turns out I had dyslexia. And when they told me that, I was like, everything makes sense. Like this is why like I didn't pass the first time on this thing. This is why like I actually needed more time, because one thing about dyslexia is, don't get it wrong, we are very smart people. We're actually very smart people, and you need this in the world, because we think differently and we may see things that you may not see as well. But yeah, like we just need more time. Like when we get something, we'll get it and we'll do it properly. So everything just made sense. So yeah, like from then on, like I got the support I needed, and I was actually flying through. So one thing I'll tell you guys, if you're out there, like if you're struggling, like literally go and get checked. Like there's no harm in doing so. Like you're not dumb, but you just think a different way to people. If you're at university right now, build that support system around you, because we're all in this game together, literally. And like even outside of university, like your people, like God knows how much. Oh, if I didn't have my people around me, the people I made on the way, like people I already had, like God knows I loved them. If you're watching this, I love you guys so much. Like the prayers, the support, the extra pair of eyes to read this, just so many things. the encouragement. One thing about me, I love words of affirmation, so that really boosted me up a bit. I struggled so much in my placement year, because it was very fast-paced environment. Like I've never been in such a, in fact I've actually never been in such a fast-paced environment just like that. So it was taking a toll on me. Like I remember my first week I was crying. And then like sometimes I'll get called to the office, like, and then also I let them know like, oh yeah, I have this, I have that. But it was still very like it was still very like that. So I think at one point I actually wanted to drop out of placement year. But as I said, your friendship group is very important, because my best friend Tammy, she told me this, I'm so extra because I'll actually do the most extra things. I printed it out. So it says, don't let them frustrate you out of what you prayed for. I really did feel like there was a lot of pressure there, maybe some misunderstandings as well, but no hard feelings to them. Like, everyone has their own things going on as well. But at the same time, I really enjoyed myself because I learned so much in terms of like formulating and working with a team. Like, I learned so much. Like, there's so much more to it, but I actually can't explain. I can't explain. But one thing I also say is that be you. Like, even when you go into these like industries, just continue being your authentic self, because that's something I say that I did. I just kept being kind of showing up for myself and showing up for them what they need as well. And I feel like at the end it did pay off, because I think because it's a new space, we don't know each other, but I feel like at the end, like, things warmed up. Even when it got to like leaving my placement, I made personalized keychains for everybody, like, and it was to everyone's surprise, because like, maybe I don't know what they thought of me, I'm not sure, but like, as I said, I'll still be my authentic self, so I will still go all the way out for someone. So I literally described them. I even made like a little note for them. I'm going to give like an example here. Do you know the little, little miss blah blah blah, little mister blah blah blah, and just a reminder to always be kind to someone, because you never know what also they go through. And I think I really put a smile on their faces, so that made me so happy. So that was placement year over. Oh, as well, like, I honestly suggest placement year, because placement year, it lets you know what you don't like and what you do love. Because with that placement, I learned alone, like, I do not want to work in the lab full time. Don't get me wrong, I love formulating, so that's why I'd rather be like formulation chemist. So that's like, you're in the lab, but you're also like in the office doing your research as well. So that's a bit of me. But I feel like being in the lab all the time, it was a lot. So yeah, during my placement as well, my original cohort had graduation day, and I went to like visit them on graduation day. So it was just, I'm gonna insert like a clip here, but it was such a nice time to see everybody, and I just wanted to celebrate them, because those are the people I grew up with. Those are the people not grew up with, but those are the people like I had my like most of my time at university with. So I just wanted to like lead them off and bless them and love them and celebrate them as well. So yeah, like, final year came. It was such a hard time for everybody, because one of the leaders kind of like, we didn't see her again, so we kind of had to just stick to what we had to stick with one another. Like, we had like different teachers from like biology, and like we just had different like teachers and stuff. So I think they also had a hard time as well, like just trying to figure out like what can be done. Even with dissertation, like, I generally wanted to do something to do with dermatology. Like, I really, like, do you know when you want to come up with your own topic and stuff? We didn't get opportunities to do that. Even if there was topics to pick from, but we didn't get to do like our own thing, if that makes sense. So I actually wanted to do a study on it's called hypopigmentation, and I have it myself. You probably can't see it, but I do have hypopigmentation. You know how like hypopigmentation is like dark marks? With me, or with anyone else who has hyperpigmentation, is like light marks. So I wanted to do a study on that. I feel like later in life I'll probably do something. In fact, I want to do a PhD, but I changed my mind right now. Maybe later in life I'll change my mind again. My dissertation was on lip balm. So the different types of waxes that are used in lip balm, and looking at their chemical and physicochemical properties, and doing stability tests on them. So that was really interesting as well. Oh, my dissertation was so funny. Even whilst I was doing my dissertation, like, I sent the wrong document. I feel like this is everyone's story, like, you send the wrong documents all the time, isn't it? Because our dissertation, they said that they may like publicize it on like the journals. So I did. So if we used an image, we had to get permission, but no one was giving me permission like quickly, like as a response. So I ended up drawing my own image. I'm going to insert it here as well. I'm actually really proud of the image. But even before I say that, like, I've sent the wrong document, and the wrong document was of my first draft of my illustration, which was rubbish. It was literally it's basically stickman. I messaged my tutor and she didn't say anything, but I think she read it, I'm not sure. But either way, I then got to like resend it again. Oh my gosh, I was so upset because I think this is not up to standard. The sleepless nights that I had, oh my goodness. With me, like, I love printing stuff out. Every few moments of my life in university, like anytime I was going through something hard, I just looked to this poster. She's an art curator and it's called The Great Fad. So this was one of them. It says, a life must be many things apart from the bits of sorrow, times of torment, plagues of the misfortune. A life must still for all purpose be a life. So like literally, even though whatever we're going through, there's always going to be something bad happening, but a life must still be a life. Like life must still go on. Going through my dissertation, like the dedication part, I feel like that was the best part to writing dissertation because I literally got to shout at so many people. I didn't say their names specifically, but they know who they are. They know who they are. I feel like 4 people, do you know who you are? And I don't think I say much. All I can say, my life is a miracle because I don't know how I got a first class. I don't know how I got a first class degree. Is it the right way around? I don't know. I would say, for me, I'd actually say is resilience. The people you have around you and actually doing the work. And I feel like if you're Christian, God. Like, that's literally it. Part of my dissertation, which I really, really like, it was the acknowledgement part, and I got to write something that I just literally told you guys like maybe a few months ago. Also, I gave shout outs to all my people, all my friends, all the university people, and then of course I had to bring it back to the real MPV, the real reason as to like how I'm even at this position in the first place. So I wrote, finally, I wouldn't be where I am today without God on my side, planning out every moment of my life, from my testimony of A-levels to getting accepted in to study this degree. So I give all my thanks and credit to him as I continue this journey of becoming a unique cosmetic scientist, which was a statement I wrote before coming into university and seeing it now in fruition. So literally my journey has been so beautiful, and I feel like even through this journey that I've got to meet so many people, I've got to network with so many people, even outside. I've got to network with British Beauty Council. I'm actually a part of STEM ambassadors, so if you're out there and you feel discouraged, I'm a STEM ambassador, so you can come and speak to me. I'm so glad I even got the opportunity to be a STEM ambassador because like someone like me, I would never have thought like me in STEM, but here I am today, and I'm a first class cosmetic scientist. I'm a STEM ambassador, and I get to help people in STEM and out of STEM as well. That's my testimony. I pray that this year alone, I know it's going to be such a good year for me. It's going to be such a good year for me. You never know, something's going to come up very soon. You never know, something's going to come up very soon. But yeah, like I feel like I'm right now, I'm also into like consultancy in terms of cosmetics, and as I said, like I love formulation, so yeah, something may come up very soon. So many opportunities have come up, and like I'm not, even though I haven't got a job right now, I'm not discouraged. I'm not discouraged at all because I know where I've come from, and I know the trials and tribulations I've been through. So like nothing's actually phasing me right now. This is going to be a good year, and I can't wait to also document and journey with you as I continue to be a unique cosmetic scientist. I think overall, like I'm just generally proud of myself, and I'm proud of myself because I never, even through all these things, I never gave up. And that's why I just want to leave you with like, do not give up. You've heard my testimony, and there's so much more to it, but this video is going to be too long. But if you also want to message me privately, I can come and explain and help as well and encourage you. So yeah, like I really hope you took this in, and no one in this earth can stop you from becoming who like you're called to be, or called to do, because your destiny will indeed find you. And yeah, like I don't think many people thought that I'd be where I am today as a cosmetic scientist. But here I am, and I'm still learning. Like, as I said, chemistry was really hard for me back then, but even till today, like, I'm still like doing my things to actually like get the hang of things. That's a really important thing to do as well, even after you graduated. You always have a teachable heart and have the mind as well. I have the knowledge now. I've done my placement year, I've done my degree, I know my stuff. I generally know my stuff, and I can't wait to collaborate with people, you know, teaching people about cosmetic science as well, because not many people actually know that degree. As a Black, Christian, dyslexic, female cosmetic scientist, I'm here to tell you that you can do anything you set your mind to do. Shout out to my friend, which I miss dearly, for even that statement, and it's literally carried me till today as well. So yeah, cherish your people, cherish your friends. Can't wait to grow with you all and become that unique cosmetic scientist that I'm always going to keep telling myself. Watch out for the videos as well I'm about to start doing. May do a little series, watch out for that, on cosmetic science of course, because yeah, I want to push that out there. Even after graduating, I took the time out to travel. I went to Ghana, I went to my hometown and do a little project there, and I also went to visit family. So I went to, for my project, I done like, how is shea butter made? So that's going to be out soon as well on my YouTube. A lot of companies use shea butter, like a lot, and I think it's just nice like looking at the background of it as well. And you know, it's from my country. What can I say? I would love to travel more, exploring different ingredients, talking to people, going to places, going to exhibitions, going to shows, just discussing really what is cosmetic science. And for me, it's just more of like encouraging people not to give up on their dreams. So yeah, anything's possible with you can finish it off. But yeah, I hope you took everything in and you enjoyed it. I'm sorry for this video being so long, but yeah, there's more to come, and thank you. Many blessings from me to you. Bye.